All right, CoastLife, I know we all love the beach. It's hot, it's summer. The UV today is like 9 or 10. So great day for a tan, to lay out. We also have to talk about beach safety. I'm not the expert, so I brought in someone who is. This is the captain of the Rehoboth Beach Patrol, Captain Jeff Giles. Thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome. Yeah.
All right, so talking about beach safety, of course, always piques people's interest this time of year. Something that's been in the news, really across our country, though, has been rip currents, sharks, the things you don't want to hear about when you're at the beach. So let's talk rip currents first. How often do those really happen in Rehoboth Beach, and what do you do?
Rip currents, that's the ebb and flow of water. So they're always happening. It's just sometimes they form and it gets a little bit, they get stronger and stronger as the way the tide comes in. So there is always rip currents. Major thing about rip current, lifeguards can see them. The trained eye, you can see it. It's actually like sort of you can see the way the water floats back out. Usually occurs off of jetties. I always tell everyone, always swim with someone else. If you're going to go in the water and take a dip or something and the water's rough, please go in with someone else or have somebody watching you. Always swim near a lifeguard and know your limitations. You have to know your limitations because there's some people, they'll take a raft out, they'll take out a boogie board, and if they fall off that board or raft, then it could be an issue. So we swim with a partner, swim near a lifeguard, and know your limitations.
That sounds good to me, definitely. And something else in the news lately too, we're talking about sharks. They have been, I think, in New York. So of course people think it's happening there, it can happen here. Can you debunk some myths about sharks and let us know kind of the odds of us seeing one or encountering one?
Right. The sharks do exist. They're around. Most of the sharks, and a lot of the fishermen and the locals will tell you, most of the sharks that are in or near the land are sand sharks. They're not interested in you. The only time that we would have an issue would be you'll see maybe a bunker, which is like feed fish, and you'll see like splattering in the water. And that might be there's other fish feeding there on those feed fish. And if you swim near that, they might mistake you for a feed fish or one of the larger fishes. But we really don't have that issue, and that's very, very seldom does that happen, that those feed lines actually come toward the shore that get. So we're very safe.
Yes. I remember, I believe it was last year, I was paddleboarding in Bethany Beach and saw a shark, and I thought it was following me, and the girl with me said, look in front of you, and there was a little school of fish. She said, he does not want you. He wants those fish.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good to know. So everyone take a deep breath.
That's right.
Okay, good. Also though, like I mentioned, so the UV today, really all this week, it's 90 degrees, it's UV 10, UV 9. Are you seeing any problems with heat exhaustion, people getting sun poisoning, anything like that?
We do get some heat exhaustion on the beach. We have our trained EMTs that we call down to assess the situation and get what they need. It hasn't been too bad lately. We're keeping most people, you have umbrellas, stay hydrated, don't drink that much alcohol, take a dip in the ocean. So we're doing okay. I think we're at the cooler end. When you're on the beach, it's a little better. If you're off the beach, maybe a little worse.
Yeah, you get a little breeze when you're on the beach. That makes sense. One last safety thing I want to talk about, actually, because I encountered this last week, unfortunately, when I was on Rehoboth Beach. Kids getting separated from families. Obviously, beach patrol lifeguards, they help when you're in the water, but also you help with some land problems too. Any safety advice for parents and children?
Yeah, for instance, July 4th weekend, I think it was Sunday, July 4th weekend, we had 31 missing kids in one day. Lucky enough, we had 31, everyone was reunited, so that worked out, but 31 in one day. We just asked the parents to really keep an eye out. It is difficult. The beach looks the same all the way down, so when the kids go in the water and they just start to go, it looks the same. So they just start to make their way down, and all of a sudden they're out of sight. So we just ask everyone to just be diligent, and also we need the public's help, because if you see a a little girl or guy walking around and they look like they're lost, just talk to them and walk them to the nearest lifeguard, and we'll take care of it.
I was going to ask about that. Growing up, my mom always said, if you get lost, just go find the nearest lifeguard stand and don't move. Is that good advice for kids?
That is.
Okay,
yes,
good.
Yes. They're
Good
ready
job, Mom.
for you. Yes, they're ready.
Good. Well, yeah, I remember seeing the lifeguards jump into action last week when I was there, so you all do an incredible job, but don't take my word for it. They are going to prove it themselves coming up this week. So we're going to talk all about a really cool competition that's going on. Don't go anywhere. You're not going to want to miss this. We'll be right back. All right, CoastLife, just a couple minutes ago, I was telling you about how really cool, how impressive our Rehoboth Beach Beach Patrol is. Of course, you don't want to hear it from me all day. That's why I'm bringing back the experts. We have the captain of the Rehoboth Beach Beach Patrol, Jeff Giles, and his daughter, Katie, who used to be a lifeguard as well. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Of course, of course. So first, yeah, just tell us, so you used to be a lifeguard. Tell me a little bit about your experience, your background there.
So I was a beach lifeguard for 6 years. I wasn't in Rehoboth. I was in Dewey Beach Patrol, and I did that for 6 years. I just stopped 2 years ago.
Okay, fantastic. And you are pretty familiar with a big competition coming up. We're talking about USLA. Tell us a little bit about that. That is a really action-packed event happening this week.
Yeah, the Mid-Atlantics. So it goes on from basically from New York almost down to Virginia Beach. All the beach patrols get together. We have 300 competitors coming to Rehoboth every year. Really great competition, and from land events and sea events. It's outstanding.
It really is outstanding. I was there last year, 2022, and it is just nonstop action. I don't know how you guys do it, but you actually competed before. Can you give us some insight into what competition looks like and what kind of competitions we can expect this week?
So the competition tomorrow is the exciting one. If you do good at regionals, you get to go to nationals, which is you compete against lifeguards from all over the nation.
Wow.
You meet so many cool people, and it's such a great competition to be at. So the one tomorrow is the one to take seriously. It's the one you want to do good at. It's so fun to watch all the beach patrols come together and compete against each other.
And so you've competed in this before.
Yes.
How did you do?
So I competed for all 6 years. I got to go to nationals all 6 years that I competed. I was good on land. I wasn't the best in the water, but I was on land.
That's okay.
I did beach flags, and I was also on the sprint team, which we did get to win two years at nationals.
That's great.
Yes, thank
Okay,
you.
wow. Running on the sand is not easy. No. Anyone can tell you that.
No.
I know you brought in a little, I'm going to call it a prop, but it's something you guys use. So can you show us, as best you can on a couch, how you're using this, what that entails?
Well, I'll explain it, and then she'll tell you how she competed in it.
Perfect.
These are beach flags. It's actually just a hose.
Well, we also use them for the sprint team as well.
Yes, you did. That's
Okay.
right, for tagging off with sprints.
Okay.
So you'll start off maybe with 15 people, and you'll have 14 of these. So you have 15 people competing to get 14. And it just keeps going and going.
Wow.
So you build it all the way down, and sometimes in the competitions, Katie will tell you, had 90 to 100 people. So it keeps building down till you get to the final 12. And then in the final 12, it just goes 11, 10, 9. So it's really testing you in how well and what kind of shape you're in. Your endurance, it's a total endurance sport.
Yep, endurance and speed.
Wow. So you did that competition?
I did. I used to compete in beach flags, yes.
Oh, man. So can you tell us a little bit about that then? I mean, what's going through your mind and your body?
Beach flags for me was always nerve-wracking. You start down like on your stomach in the sand, and you start down like this, and I would sit there and my heart would be going like this, and I'd be trying to calm myself down because you're waiting for that whistle to go off. So it's a nerve-wracking one, but you just got to stay calm and just keep breathing through it.
Oh my gosh.
But this one's nerve-wracking, yes.
Yeah. Oh, so if you weren't sure before, obviously Rehoboth Beach Beach Patrol is pretty fit and very. I keep saying impressive, but truly it's so impressive. I mean, the average person can't do that, you know. Wow. So what's the goal? I'm guessing to win, but any specific goals you have for this upcoming week with your team?
What's so neat is Rehoboth and all the beach patrols here in Delaware, we compete against each other every week in different competitions. The neat part is here at Mid-Atlantics, we compete with, like I'm competing, it's Rehoboth Beach Patrol. We're trying to do the best we can. But when we go to nationals, Sussex County Lifeguard Association puts together the best athletes. Wow. and then we go down and we're trying to win a national title. So it's great. We compete against each other, and when we go to nationals, we're competing to try for Delaware.
That's really cool.
And Ocean City has sort of its own team, and it keeps its own team together. So it's great because these kids are so competitive against each other, and then you get together with the friends that you've been competing against, and you team up.
Good luck this week. That's going to be so great. And this is a free event that people can go watch, right?
Absolutely.
All right,
Absolutely.
perfect. So before I let you guys go, just let the public know where and how they can watch and cheer on their favorite lifeguards.
Wednesday, starting 9:30, first event.
9:30.
And it will go on until about like 6:30 at night.
Wow.
It's great. Come in. The beach is at Baltimore Avenue, Maryland Avenue. It's cordoned off. That's where the events will be. 300 lifeguards will be down there ready to go.
Great, and it's free.
And it's free.
Great, so you can go get pizza, come back, go get fries, come back, an all-day event.
It's all day.
Looking forward to it. Good luck. We can't wait to see how everyone does. Don't forget, this is tomorrow. So for right now, relax, sit with us on Coast Life a little bit longer. We'll be right back.